In this video we're going to look a little bit more at working with the text editor. So if I click up here on the little down arrow, I can click edit text here, just the same as clicking it at the bottom of the field. So if I click edit text, we're now in the same area of text that we saw before. We've looked at these first few items. We're now going to move further along. You can see these items are currently greyed out. That's because they're about copying and pasting, and we haven't highlighted any text. So if I highlight the word award, these items are now available. I can cut, but I don't really want to cut, so I'll just copy. It's now saved it. I have the ability to paste it, or to paste it as plain text. I'll put it just at the front here before this word am, and I will paste it. And you can see it's carried with it the formatting, so it's still bold. I don't actually want that, so I'm going to undo that. Notice the undo button was highlighted. Now it's greyed out because there's nothing to do, but there's a redo button. I could redo that. So undo and redo, much as you might expect them to be, and I'll undo again. Now what I want to do this time is paste it as plain text without the formatting, and here is the option, next one along. Paste, and now this time it didn't come as bold. So again, I don't want that, so I'm just going to get rid of that. It's purely for demonstration purposes. We have the ability to paste in here from Word. So Word's Microsoft program, if I was to copy a Word document, I could just paste it directly into this. I strongly recommend not doing that. I would always copy via a very, very simple plain text editor which doesn't allow any fancy formatting that might conflict with the HTML that I would normally use for web formatting. So always post through something like Notepad, which is the Microsoft one, which doesn't have any text in it. To give you an equivalent, if I switch up here to basic text box, basic text box is just very, very simple. There's no, all the formatting here is actually visible. It's just a completely straightforward text box. That's the kind of tool you want to have copied from in order to paste into here. That way you get no conflicts. Now, as I move further along, there's a spell checker, but I haven't installed the spell checking module here, so we'll skip that. If it were installed, you just click on it to check your spelling. It's very straightforward. We have a find module, so we can look for a word like award. And I can choose to match case, match all word. I'll just click find, and hopefully, yep, there we are, there's the award. If I find again, yes, more awards, you get the idea, completely straightforward. And there's a replace, so we could replace award with fish. So I can replace individual words, or I could replace all. And probably not a wise thing to do on balance, so what I'll do is get rid of that and replace it. And I may have too many capital A's in there, but it doesn't really matter, just play around. As we move further along, we have a select all, which does what it says in the box. We have a remove format, which would remove all the formatting on that I don't want to do. We can make individual words bold, and that's now bold, or we can make them italic. We can underline words. We can strike words out. We can turn words into subscript and words into superscript. So quite a lot of general formatting things that we can do there. As I move further along, we're now on the next line. We can add in bulleted lists and unnumbered lists. So let's move down and find some text. Let's copy this line. So let's copy it, and then let's paste it a few times. And I'm going to put some returns in so that they're on different lines. Now if I highlight this text, I can now choose to make that a bulleted list. And you can see we have the 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can choose to make it an unnumbered list. Very straightforward. I can decide that I would like an individual bullet to be further in. And notice it also changes the style of the bulleting. And if I take those and make them a numbered list, you'll see it's numbering it as a separate list because I've indented it. But if I choose to decrease the indent, it becomes part of the original list again. So quite sophisticated. We have, as we move along, the ability to left justify and to center. So if I center that, or right justify it, or left justify it, you get the idea. We can also make it justified both ways. It's not going to work so much on something like that, but if I take the next paragraph, like this one, and justify it, hopefully we should see this neaten up a bit at this end. Yeah, there we are. Very, very ugly. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you have that option. Okay, the next section deals with very internet-focused things such as links. So I will pause at this point where we've been looking very much at the formatting elements, and in the next video I will look at how we do links and images and so forth.